What's up, my homies, guys? Welcome back to Kirk Anthony Home Fitness. Today, we are going to go over the back bridge, which is the single greatest stretch you can possibly do for your flexibility and fitness. So, as you can imagine, it stretches your back, hence the back bridge. It stretches your shoulders. It stretches your chest. It will stretch your lats, which is the large muscle on the side of your rib cage that connects to your shoulder. It will stretch your abdominals. It will stretch your hip flexors and maybe a little bit of quads. That's about it. But that's a lot of muscle groups at once. So why is this the greatest stretch that you can do? Because you're hitting so many muscle groups and you're stretching all of them at the same time. Okay, so let's go into how do you do it? When you do the back bridge, obviously you have to lie on your back. From this position, you will get your hands one at a time, flat on the ground. You need to get your hips up. Which method you do first doesn't really matter. And then you press through your hands and get your hips as high as you can and try to bring your belly button up to the sky. Now there's a little bit more to it than that, but that's the basics, okay? So you get to your head, then you press up. You can see I'm coming up on my toes here. That is okay. Ideally though, your heels are flat on the ground and you're pressing your shoulders so that they are directly over your wrists. Now I'm not that mobile yet, but as I go through this video in chronological order, my shoulders will start to get more over my wrist. So you can see in this position, my shoulders are like 6 to 8 inches behind my wrist. That's not ideal. So most of the stretching is going on in my lower back. And that's when I said, picture bringing your belly button to the sky. That's how beginners start. Eventually you want to picture bringing your shoulders over your wrists. Now, what am I doing right here is after every time I stretch my back and my body in this position, I do the opposite stretch. And now it's not quite as long or as vigorous, but it just helps me reset back to my standard. This can make your low back really tight because you're compressing it. So what do I do immediately afterwards is that I sit up, I lean forward, stretch my low back and my hamstrings to stretch the opposite end of my body. Again, so this is my last back bridge of the day. You can still see there's a lot of low back stretching going on, but you can see finally my shoulders are getting close to my wrists. And this is painting a better picture of what you want to look like as you progress with this exercise. So let's get on to modifications because most people cannot do this. All right, they're not even close, especially older men in my research and my own experience. So, number one is the shoulder stretch on a bench. This is a hot tub. You could do it on a table. You can do it on any ledge. And your goal is to push your head through your arms as far as possible. And that's going to open up your shoulder joint, which will help you progress in the back bridge a little bit quicker. Ideally, you're staying tighter in your abs. That way it's forcing more on your shoulder. But let's get to modification number two, which is the box couch. In this situation, I am using a plastic closed container because I wanted to show you guys how you could do it outside. But I would much rather do it on a couch for the first time trying this out because it's a little bit safer. But all this does is that it just spots you. It gives you a little bit of bracing on the bottom side / back side of your body. And it's a little bit easier for your shoulders to press out of that position instead of all the way down on the ground. Modification number three is the headstand / hover. So a lot of people who are lacking shoulder mobility, they will do a hover position like I'm showing right there where my head is barely touching the ground. And then obviously over time you want to push your head through and extend your elbows fully. But if you are struggling to get your head off the ground, you need to be working on modification number one and number two so you can progress through modification number three, which is building up your shoulder strength to pull your head away from the floor. And once you're able to do that, then it's just a matter of practicing. Again, this is me. It's my third stretch of the day, and you can see my shoulders are really close to over my wrist. So just by doing the stretch more in one day, you're able to increase your flexibility. And if you do it every single day, wow, just imagine how much more flexible you're going to be, how much better your body is going to feel. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That is the back bridge in one quick little video. If you have any questions below or post your favorite stretches, I'd be happy to go over them. Peace.